you can tell, I am a huge part of ag. I grew up on the family farm, so it's a huge part of who I am, and I just found out about that today. So if you guys have any ag background, and for those who don't know what ag is, agriculture, farming, any of that kind of stuff, go on Instagram, Facebook, share what you guys love about ag, and specifically Canadian ag.
All right.
Okay?
You ready?
Yep. All right, so I grew up on the family farm with cattle and grain, so I've always been inspired by the country and the lifestyles that care for it. When I started attending NAIT, I was struggling to find inspiration in the city, and I knew I had to get back to the country somehow. So I ended up asking a good photographer for some inspiration, and ended up attending college rodeos in my second year of college. I was immediately inspired by what was around me. The life and the action that I could capture instantly drew me in, whether it was in the arena or outside. It had been a whirlwind ever since. Through all the events that I've attended, I learned one important thing. Don't be afraid to do something different. Consider the standards that are already there. There's a reason they're there. But watch for other options and opportunities that you have as well. It's not just about showing up to an event and holding the button to capture anything there, but learning about what you're capturing, and that can help you understand and be able to anticipate the defining moments and tell the story for what it really is. Freezing the action, you can create magnificent photos if timed right. Don't be worried though if you can't get it right away. I've been doing this for a year and a half, and I'm sure it'll take me a long time to get my timing yet. My personal favorite is to show the connections between the riders and the stock. It's a huge dynamic that evolves around rodeo. This horse won Heading Horse of the Year last year in the pro rodeo circuit, which is no easy feat. Neither the rider or horse would have gotten where they were without each other. The faith, trust, and understanding that these riders have with their animals is built on countless hours, if not years, in the making. For some, like trick riders and steer wrestlers, the rider is often not controlling their horses, but putting their complete trust in the animal and their training to get them in the right position and keep them safe at the same time. The understanding that any person has when working with stock is that they are living things as well and can have a personality all their own. The connection we build with them allows us to work with them and let them do what they love. Stock of any kind show their weaknesses and strengths, and we people, as those who care for them, must recognize those. The sport of rodeo and cowboys originated from somewhere, and that is the thousands of hardworking family farms and ranches that dot the countryside. Every day, these people work with the animals to give them the best life that they possibly can. Caring for the animals also means properly caring for the land that feeds them. Without careful planning, monitoring, and rest periods for regrowth, the land would grow weak from the nutrients being depleted. Therefore, stock are often moved and rotated between pastures throughout the year. This can go really smooth if you get an animal that knows the pastures leading the way, or if not that fun. The Western lifestyle for me also extends to any form of agriculture, because without any aspect of it, it's not going to happen smoothly. And just like with the animals, the farmers that do any aspect of it must care for the land. Large or small, everything has its place and plays a part in the ecosystems, and as such, has to be looked after and cared for. The little details can sometimes get lost in the large picture, but they are just as important. Even the little donkeys need a scratch between the ears now and then. If you are lucky enough to be raised on a farm as I was, you know that from a young age, we are taught to respect the animals by helping with chores as we grow older. For those lucky enough to raise animals, you learn to read and work with the animals as well. The most amazing part of the rodeo and Western lifestyle, though, is the community and family that is built. It does not matter where you are from geographically or your past, because once you prove you care for the animals, that's all that matters. In the country, neighbors don't just lock their doors and walk away. They help and watch out for each other. And competitors are the same. They study and discuss the stock that they have for hours and give each other tips on what they can do better, as well as cheering each other on at events. These people choose to care for these animals because they love it, and know that no matter what is going on in their lives, the animals have to come first. Even if that means riding in a massive downpour or feeding and tending to stock in minus 40-degree weather. Every person here has experiences that have contributed to who you are today, just as the animals do. Some take more work than others to want to work with people, and those people are willing to work with the animals to get them to trust them. These animals love to do what they do because otherwise they would refuse. A rough stock contractor told me a story about loading his animals for an event. He knew which animals needed to go and where they were penned. He started opening the gates from the truck back to the bull's pen. When the last gate was cracked, the minute that it was, the bull ran to the truck. By the time he walked back, it was waiting in the truck, ready to go on the road. Everybody has different personalities that they show for different things and for many different situations. Animals are no different. And the trick is learning the difference and knowing how to react and capture them all. These men and women with their animals inspire me because they are not just the people we see right now before us. They are entrepreneurs, welders, bookkeepers, cooks, vets, and many more things all in one, just to give these animals the best life they can. No matter the genre that you love to shoot or feel passionate about, don't be afraid to step back and analyze what is going on around you. What is the story you are going to tell with this click of your shutter? If it is not feeling quite right, try another angle. Be artists. Use light to paint your image and capture the story that you want to tell. If you want to check out more of my work, my thing is Wildwood Imagery. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and if anybody ever wants to have a chat, let me know.